Okay, so it's about 40 degrees in this garage, and ironically I have a heated garage next door, but for whatever reason I don't want to shuffle around these cars. So I'm just going to start spraying on this aircraft paint remover. So we'll do this in sections. Putting it on real thick. The next step will be to wire brush it. And after the wire brushing, we'll take a grinder with a wire brush on an electric brush and start stripping it down. So I'm not going to bore everybody with another video about but you get the point. So I'm going to wind up doing the rest of this and then taking a wire wheel to it. So I think it's safe to say we found out what was being covered by the thick coat of undercoating. Newsflash, this has a lot of rot, but I want to be clear, there's no rust through. So apparently what the folks did who took care of this, refurbished this back, I'm guessing again back in the 70s or 80s, was to strip it down to bare metal. They even laid in a light coat of Bondo to make it smoothed out, painted it green, and then layered in like 2 or 3 coats of undercoating. And although it's ugly, this is solid. And you know, you got to hand it to them. I mean, this is 2021, and there's no new rust since the 1970s, so it definitely lasted. What I'm going to do is I'm going to continue to finish this up. We'll do the rust neutralizer on it, and then put a primer coat on it. I probably will use bed liner on this now in the future as well. There's really no point in putting a nice coat of paint on it because it's going to show all the imperfections. But if we were to layer in bed liner like we did over there, this will be fine. And I'll just use the differentiation line here and above for a body paint green. So this will be green, bed will be black, up underneath the front seat, and then everything outside of the gas tank area, foot pedal area, and front floors will be painted green. And this will be bed liner, but we'll keep on trudging along here. This has the consistency of mud, and it's deep. I mean, take a look at this footman loop and how it's been encrusted with undercoating, which is, again, I'm sure that's great. It protected the metal, but man, what a mess. So gotten most of this undercoating out. I'm just doing another layer of paint remover over here, and then I'll come in with a brand new fresh electric wire brush. I'll get in here. I'm gonna take these little footman loops off and just get it down to the most exposed metal that I can, and then we'll rust treat it. But you know, if you look at this, the front section seems pretty good. it's not pitted. It doesn't have the pitting like you have over here. So it's really this back section here, and it had heavy undercoating, real thick. This has been a lot lighter. But all in all, I'm pleased. It's not really bad. It's not good. It's not bad. And then again, if I just go back to the appearance here of the tool kit, and then more importantly, this front floor. These front floors are in really good shape. This was picked up in Annapolis, Maryland. So I was a little suspect knowing that that's a big naval base and it's near the ocean. But it appears that the heavy-duty gunking of undercoating on this protected it from the salt air in Annapolis. So again, this is pretty happy. This is a pretty solid Jeep. Okay, so I have removed virtually all of the paint and the Bondo and the triple layers of undercoating, and I'm pretty much down to bare metal. I'm just going to go a little deeper over here and remove the footman loops. As well, I'm going to take a little orbital sander underneath that section with a grab wrap handle or whatever the hell it is. I can see some green paint still there, but by and large, everything's been removed. In terms of how bad are things, well, those holes right here, those are for the seatbelt somebody had put in. It looks like it's a little gnarly up front here, but by and large, the metal is extremely solid. I'll spray this area with paint remover, the aircraft paint remover, and we'll have that start setting, and so we can get sanded. Probably have to remove these chair bolts as well, and we'll start the attack on the floor. All right, I've got a vice grip, you can see down below, clamped to the bottom nut on this bolt. Now I'm just heating up so we can have this bolt expand and make it pop out easily. That's the vice grip turning and banging. I feel tension, so I know the bolt's coming out. Boom. Okay, we'll strip those down, and now we'll spray the paint remover. So I'm trying to figure out what color this car really was. If you really look, this seems to be the original color, and that's a lot lighter, obviously, than the color I was thinking of going with. So now I'm having second thoughts on the paint color, but we'll keep on sanding and get this cleaned out. So I think we've done a pretty good job of cleaning out all the old paint. This allowed me to kind of discover more yuckiness with respect to the body that was actually hidden with a big large clump of Bondo. Right now I'm just doing some dopey little things like trying to get this hinge, I'm sorry, not a hinge, this is a it is. It's an O-ring that will allow you to padlock the tool chest locked with another receiving ring on the lid. Okay, so we've sprayed the metal down with the neutralizer. That'll take about an hour to dry, and I'll take a pass at using that little test patch over there. Okay, now that the front passenger seat area has been effectively cleaned out and stripped down, I'll start doing the same over here. Just took out the seat. It's real simple, just 3 bolts, and I'll take the fuel tank out. Looks like all I have to do is just remove that strap and the sending unit and negative ground on. We should be in good shape. I'm not quite sure I know what I'm hung up on. It might actually be this. So this is going to have to be removed, and then once that's removed, I think I can pull the tank out. Okay, well, this is what we have under the gas tank. Again, not too bad. This must, I mean, it's a mess. We're gonna have to vacuum it out, but this sort of tells me, again, that there was some significant patchwork done some time back, and the floors are still really in good shape. You know, you can see the connections to the side panels need some work. And we have that right here. But the floors themselves are in good shape. Yeah, we got a couple little holes over here, not major. And it looks like this is some sort of a welded right angle piece of steel bar. Somebody welded in there, but not bad. So other than the mess we have in the upper fender well, yeah, the floors are pretty darn good. So I will start cleaning this up now. Okay, it's about 30 degrees, and it's kind of cold in here. I'm wearing a coat, but I had to open this place up. Get some fresh in here. This is really dusty, and I don't like breathing metal rust dust. But I just got to show you something here. This is steel plate. You can probably see how thick this is. This isn't sheet metal. This is steel plate. So this is exciting to see that when this car was refurbished years ago, they went big and went with heavy sheet steel, and that just tells me that this is very, very, very solid. And you know, I think we've seen the worst of the rust in that one panel over there, beyond the dented side panels. Okay, I don't know if you can really see it the way this camera's working, but as I showed you earlier, this is a very thick, at least a 1/16 to an 1/8 of an inch thick piece of steel. And it's been welded in right up to the toe boards. The key here is just look at the ball peen hammer smashes that have been done, and other things that were done to shape this and get this bent into place. If I were to prime this and then paint it with the green paint I was hoping to do, it would look like crap. So we already know about the back deck being kind of crappy. I think what we're gonna do is paint from the toe boards all the way back on the floor in a truck bed liner. So this is the result of sanding the putty. Let's put a little coat of primer on top of that, see how it looks. Not really worth the effort. So as I said earlier, I think we're gonna do the whole base floor in a trunk bed liner, and we'll do the wheel wells and the front cross member and toe boards in painted green. I might leave that painted green as well. We'll see. And we've just painted the driver's side floor. And again, remember, real thick steel. Pounded into place. Never gonna have a nice finish of paint on here, so we'll top it with a trunk bed liner. So we're gonna clean these wheel wells and start sanding down and smoothing them out as well. Our plan is to prime, paint, and then as well also lay down the truck bed liner here in the back deck area. Okay, so now that this has been cleaned, I'm not feeling good about some of these ripples and markings, so let's sand this down a little bit and see what's underneath. Okay, so you can see I'm taking an 80 grit sandpaper to this. These just look like dents. I don't really see anything that says screaming out, hey, lots of bad rust. So I'll keep smoothing it down, and then again, we're basically removing this undercoating and get it down to bare metal. And again, the plan will be to paint this the dark green. All right, making a little more progress, but you can see the metal, this undercoating that's all over the body of the car. You know, it's just, I mean, it holds dirt. Look at that, that dirt has been there for years. Just not a cool idea. I don't think bed liner is bad, but this is just undercoating, which typically would be for under the car, not on top of the car, but we have. Well, this has been laid on real thick in terms of the undercoat and paint, and even the white is like a primer coat underneath the green, and then there's probably the factory green under that. So I'm going to use paint remover. That'll be quick and fast, and we'll get all this paint off. Okay, so I've taken all of the paint, undercoating, Bondo and everything that was in the top fender well as all the paint and undercoating off on the side of the wheel well. I'm gonna attack this area next. I gotta get this seatbelt thing out and throw it away. We're not going to do anything on the inner panels because the inner panels, although they're already undercoated and everything, these whole panels are going to go away. We have new ones to install, so we're really just worried about the inner tub. That's really all I'm trying to focus on right now. No more safety, we don't need no belts. We're gonna whack this out. Boom. There we go. So I'll clean this out, get it down to the bare metal, and then we'll prime and paint it. And we'll put the bed liner in, and then we're kind of done. I'm gonna focus on this section next week. So, looks like we got all the paint off the wheel well. And you know, there are lots of dents. I don't see a lot of pitting, but I do see lots of dents. But I mean, to me, that's the history of this truck. I'm assuming it had some sort of a industrial application, and all these dents are sort of battle scars from its service. Okay, so it's been primed, and now we're going to paint the wheel well of this tub since it's been thoroughly cleaned. A couple minor rough patches, we'll worry about those later, and then we'll take care of that front section and the bed liner. I know you're looking at the dents and you're going, oh my God, but that's what I want. I want dents. I want the history of this vehicle. I just want it to look a little fresh. All right, so I'm sure there are Jeep enthusiasts out there and body people, Girl Scouts. I mean, people who are probably, if they do watch this video, they're cringing at my my standards and my methods. But you know what? It's just rattle can, but I gotta tell you, I like what I see, and I'll be taking care of this front floor section and the sides of this well next weekend, and the front floor, possibly even the dashboard. Just as I wrap this up, thanks for watching, and I'm going to attach here on the end here a little video of the Toledo plant, just so you can see. It's kind of cool to have taken this down to bare metal today, knowing that the last time it was bare metal, it was in Toledo at the factory. Thanks a lot. This is the Jeep plant in Toledo, Ohio. And there's the big Jeep logo. And the pride of Toledo. The pride of Toledo, the Jeep, made it here in Toledo since, believe it or not, 1941. Looks like they've put up the Christmas lights on the Jeep logo too. I can see that, the edging around the letters. My wife and I moved here to Toledo about 3 years ago, and I've always been into cars and old cars, and always wanted a Jeep, but never really had a reason. But now that we're in Toledo and we want to embrace our new community, what better way to do that other than to start working with Jeeps. Hopefully in the near future, these Jeeps we're working on, the 3 different projects we have, will allow me to participate in the Jeep Fest parade in August. But we'll see about that later on. This is Interstate 75. Interstate 75 runs down from Detroit all the way down to Miami, Florida, connecting into 395, Interstate 95. I live about a mile beyond this point. That's a junkyard with that flame over there, if you can see that. So I'm on the other side of the dump. That sounds real great, but it's a nice little neighborhood. This facility was built many years ago, replaced the old plant. The sun is setting there. It's setting in Toledo on the Jeep plant. This is just a massive facility. And people here in Toledo are really, really proud of the product, proud of their involvement in making Jeeps. A whole bunch of them over there. And I'm honored to start to participate in this Jeep hobby and work on a old Jeep, not made in this plant, just made down the road. We'll show you that site next week.